The shareholding of Reliance Retail at a price of 13.62 per piece. Sonia is here with the details on this one. Sonia, 4% higher here.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks a lot for that. So first, let me tell you about the news, right, in case you missed it. The board of Reliance Retail has approved a reduction in the equity share capital of Reliance Retail, and the consideration is much higher than what the brokerages had estimated, coming in at 13.62 rupees a share. The other piece of news is July 20th has been fixed as the record date for the demerger of Jio Financial Services, which will eventually be listed. Now, let me tell you about the implications of both. First, we start off with Reliance Retail. Their decision to reduce the non-promoter shareholding is positive for the company itself and for shareholders. A lot of brokerages had ascribed a value of 900 to 1,000 rupees a share, while the actual consideration is 13.62 rupees a share. So hence, it is much better than what the street was expecting. The Reliance Retail buyback is also expected to be a precursor to the IPO and is the part of a larger succession plan and monetizing of shareholder benefits. Hence, it is a positive for the stock. Now, brokerages are quite bullish. JP Morgan has an overweight with a price target of 29.60. They talk about how the independent valuations and the implied diluted valuations are all in excess of $90 billion and sharply higher than when the stakes were sold in RRVL way back in 2020. The buyback of the small number of non-promoter shares is also a cleanup of the shareholding before any eventual IPO of the retail business. Now, apart from that, the Jio Finance demerger, right? Let's talk a little bit about that. That is expected to be announced on the 20th of July. The CLSA put out a note where they say that not only is the business going to be a big disruptor in the space of lending, of payments, etc., but even the people that they have appointed, Hitesh Sethia has been appointed as the MD and CEO of GFS. Sethia has over 2 decades of experience in the financial services space, and a large part of it was with ICICI Bank. GFS will be infused with 6% of Reliance Industries treasury shares, and once those treasury shares come in, the implied valuation of GFS will be $13 billion. Now, if you compare it with Bajaj Finance is somewhere around $7 billion. So there is a big gap once the treasury shares come in. This means that GFS will become the largest NBFC in India in terms of net worth. So, a lot of positives coming through, and hence the stock is the big mover today.
Okay, all right, Sonia, got that. Thanks very much. Indeed, explains the excitement around Reliance. In fact, we discussed this with a couple of market experts as well. We caught up with Devin Choksi as well as Gurmeet Chadha to get their reactions on all of this anticipation of value unlocking in Reliance Industries. Take a look.
Jio Financial Services assumes, I think, the capital of around somewhere around 1,50,000 crores, out of which I think about 1,10,000 crore would be the shares of Reliance Industries which they hold, and balance would be in form of their cash net worth that they have been having in the books. So typically, when you look at it in this kind of proposition, I think when you compare with the other largest peers in the industry, they are probably, I think, if not more, 2.5 times or 3 times more, I think, or more than 3 times rather, in my viewpoint, I think, from Bajaj Finance. But even if I had to take the haircut of the shares, it is around 3 times. So from that perspective, I think you're likely to see the sharp jump into the business going forward because of the network that they have.
Huge vendor ecosystem RIL has across various businesses. And the best part would be that they will get a AAA rating, courtesy the AAA rating of RIL. So the cost of borrowing would be in lines with some amongst the best. In fact, would be lower even than Bajaj Finance, etc. So if you have a cost of borrowing lower and you have a huge network client base, good data analytics other than your traditional credit-based, bureau underwriting. So I think a lot of future value unlocking is in store. What you're just seeing right now is probably a beginning.
Okay, all right, there you go. A couple of views coming in on this anticipation and excitement about value unlocking. In fact, we're going to be discussing this on Who Moved the Market as well. Our digital special show. Remember, we go live on YouTube as well as on Twitter at 2 p.m. So all of the details with respect to Reliance Retail, the retail business, as well as the excitement around Jio Financial Services discussed in great detail on Who Moved the Market at 2 p.m. We'll take a break and come right back.